there! It is cloudy again, unfortunately, but today I felt inspired, not by the weather of course, to do a peachy spring look because there are some shades that I haven't used yet. I'm running out of ideas with these palettes. I want to use this peachy tone in the Juvia Saharan 2 palette. I did mention in my previous videos I'm traveling at the moment and I only have 2 eyeshadow palettes with me. So there's not a lot of variety of looks that I can do. My creative juices are still flowing a little bit. I have one more idea that I'm going to film the next days and then I'm going to be back home with more palettes. And probably will reach for shades that I don't have here for like an entire month. Or not, because I'll be traveling again. I feel like starting with my eye makeup again, so I'm going to prime first using the Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer by Too Faced. A little drop of that on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit on each of my eyes. I'm going to start with a transition shade in my crease. I don't really have one suitable one in my palettes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my blush as a transition. This is the Essence The Blush in the shade 10. Even though ideally it would be a peachier blush, as I usually do with my transitions, I start from my outer corner doing tapping motions, and then I'm bringing it into my crease. Again, starting from the outer corner and then fading inwards, doing back and forth motions with my brush, and then fading that upwards. When I have basically no product left on my brush, I can go upwards like that to make sure that the shade is really faded into my skin. Now we take a flat brush and pick up the peachy shade. Let's see how it goes. I'm applying this starting from the inner portion of my lid and fading towards the center. Okay, this also has a gold reflection, which is really pretty. I picked up a little bit more. And here in the outer third of my lid, I just gently fade it outwards by applying less pressure on the brush. And if you feel like you need to, you can take your previous brush and go on the outer corner and blend. For me, with light colors like this, I would usually need something that's a little bit darker at the base of my lashes. I mean, that's just how I feel for my light colored eyes. They do need a little bit of definition. So I'm going to do that easy eyeliner technique again. I'm going to pick up this brown in the palette on a pencil brush. And I'm going to use something as guidance. Something that's thin and straight. This packaging from my Dior palette works perfectly. I've been doing this technique in the last couple of videos. This is the third video in which I do that technique. And I absolutely love it. So I'm going to do it again. So I'm using this as an eyeshadow shield. Basically I'm improvising an eyeshadow shield. And I'm applying the shade above it. Okay, that was really simple. I don't know if this shade is as dark as I wanted, but I think I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm moving on to the face makeup for now. I'll be using the Kind and Free Concealer from Rimmel and skipping foundation for today as well. Then I apply it in the inner portion of my under eyes and wherever I need some more concealing. I have some scars on my chin. I have been breaking out a little bit on my chin these days. And I'll be using my finger and patting it in. I'm gonna need to set this so it doesn't crease, so I will pick up my little travel size jar of powder. Pick it up on a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm making sure there are no creases before I set, and then I'll be stamping the powder on my under eyes. This weather kind of makes me sleepy. I'm gonna pick up my bronzer from Catrice, but I think it's raining. Anyway, I'm gonna apply it starting from the top of my ear and blending towards the center of my face. And I'm kind of blending it upwards towards my cheeks my cheekbones actually. Here I'm just dusting the leftover product from my brush, and I'll be using a little bit in the outer corner of my eye and blending towards my temples. I'm gonna use the same Essence blush on my face, and I'm using a Real Techniques blush brush. I'm applying the blush a little bit higher than the bronzer, and I feel like bringing it on my temples as well because I have it in my crease, so it kind of connects to the eye look. And I'm kind of building it up a little bit. One more blush today. I'm taking my crease brush again, and I'll be applying the same blush on the lower lash line. So, just carelessly brushing it all over my lower lash line, just to have a little bit of color here as well. For my inner corner, I think I'm going to do a mixture between the Peachy shade and this lighter shimmer. Okay, this turned out a little bit more gold because that light shimmer has a gold tint. Still pretty though. I toned it down a little bit with the Peachy shade. I'm gonna finish up the eyes by curling my lashes and applying some mascara. I like tilting my lash curler like that, so I can get a really tight curl. And then I will use my Revolution 5D Lash Power Mascara. And I'll be using the leftover on my lower lashes. Okay, last step will be lips. I will line them first with this NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Truffle. I actually don't have another lip pencil with me, so just in case you've been watching my recent videos and you've seen that I'm using the same lip pencil, this one is my favorite, but if I'm at home I usually switch them up a little bit. Or do I? I think I've been using this one a lot lately. Now I'll finish off with my favorite, the Maybelline Superstay Vanille Ink in the shade Peachy. Because of course it's a peachy look. I thought it would look nice with the eye makeup. And this is everything for today's peachy look. I think every year I do a peachy look in spring, so I couldn't miss this year's spring. So here it is. I think peachy is such a spring-like color, and it's one of my favorite eyeshadow colors to use. I mean, if I'm not using neutrals, I think peachy is a nice color to use in your makeup. Obviously I wouldn't call this a colorful look, but a little bit more than the usual browns, everyday nudes. Well, I'm going to head out. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I wish you an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye!